Wow, it doesn't seem like 12 months ago that we were standing on this stage feeling every emotion that's going through every one of your veins right now. Good evening and welcome to what I recall as an evening of inspiration, amazing stories, and of course one filled with a ton of wow moments. Congratulations to the incredibly talented women honoured here tonight at this year's Telstra Business Women's Awards. I had the privilege of meeting them last night and was inspired by their personal stories, their success and their achievements. And let me tell you, you were very much in for a treat this evening. 20 years of celebrating brilliant women. Can you remember where you were 20 years ago? What was it like being a woman in business? I just graduated from university and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my career. In fact, my career guidance up until then had been primarily limited to Jack. Jack was a software package. You entered your sex, what you'd been studying, and what you were interested in doing with your career. Jack spat out a list of options for you, and I remember at the time thinking, gee, these are very gender specific and not at all challenging my desire to fight the stereotype and to break down gender bias. Thankfully, I had a very encouraging mother who taught me that there were no barriers, and my God, if there were, you find a damn way to break them down. So I followed her advice and I followed my passion and entered a career of crime and justice. 20 years later, I'm still following that and just fighting different obstacles. I think that we have come a long way in 20 years. We are starting to see equal pay for equal work, opportunities for both sexes, women entering into traditional male roles and of course vice versa. Women sitting on boards and running major organisations, contributing to the development of social and justice policy that provides greater diversity, opportunity and of course better outcomes. But most importantly, I think we are starting to see an incredible suite of talented and wonderful women role models. Women who create, who innovate, who lead and change major organisations across the world and of course here in WA. And I think that is absolutely what we need more of. Women who have passion for their purpose, women who practice their values, who lead with their hearts as well as their heads. Women who have vision, who know who they are, what they want and how they're going to get there. And I think that's our role, to continue to challenge the negative and old-fashioned thinking, to be courageous in our conversations and ask why. It's our role to not only raise awareness and discuss the important issues that women are still facing, but to also find the solutions to those problems, like affordable childcare, flexible working environments, and why aren't there more women sitting on senior executive boards? In the last 12 months, I've explored a wondrous journey of self-discovery, reflection, pride, and of course, wonderful friendships. I've had the privilege of working with organisations including the Commonwealth Bank Women in Focus and celebrating women from all walks of life, background and career. For me, like Annie, a truly wonderful memory was working with the Commonwealth Bank Women in Focus team to host an International Women's Day event at Boronia Pre-Release Centre for Women. We had women from all sorts of organisations and backgrounds attend the event. We toured the facility, we heard from amazing speakers, we listened to the Boronia Extra Edge Choir, and then we shared a meal together. For a moment, we forgot where we were. We forgot where we were because we were just being us. We shared stories of who we were, what we valued most, and what we dreamt of. For those women who attended that event, you will never truly know the impact you had on those ladies. You opened your hearts and you opened your ears to listen. You showed respect and compassion, and you gave hope of what can be achieved. When we break down barriers, when we don't judge or condemn, when we listen with our hearts and we share words to inspire, we create hope. And when there's hope, there's conviction and there's courage to change. In the last 12 months, I have shared my personal journey and listened to many others. I've been inspired and touched by the resilience, strength and humility of others' experiences and of the challenges that many have faced, fought and ultimately won. One of my proudest moments, though, was going home to my 3 sons after the awards last year and telling them that I had won the WA Telstra Businesswoman of the Year. My certificates now proudly sit amongst theirs on the walls, and they're reminders of what hard work, passion, commitment and authenticity can create. They also create a great conversation starter, as every friend, relative and even tradie will attest to, when they walk through the front door to be confronted by my 3 boys announcing that their mum is the Telstra Lady winner. These awards are an amazing celebration of the very talented, professional and truly beautiful women from all walks of life and all sorts of careers. I encourage you all to continue celebrating those achievements and sharing your experiences beyond this evening. I encourage you to continue raising the awareness of the issues that many of us still face. I urge you to continue mentoring, coaching, guiding other women to realise their potential so that in another 20 years our future alumni can stand on these stages and reflect on the truly amazing women that paved the way for their success and achievement. Have a wonderful evening.